doing? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a little experiment and work out if I think Supercell's ratings on the brawlers are correct, because from chatting to some of my subscribers and working through, I honestly think that some of the ratings are upside down. So what I've done to make things fair, I've taken some choices from one of my subscribers. To thank you to Diary of a 7-year-old. He's chosen me one brawler from each category, and we're going to go and see if we agree with the ratings. So we're going to get straight into it. We're going to start with Shelly, which was the starting brawler, and we're going to play a couple of games on Showdown on each level and see if it works out right. Okay, guys, so we're going to get straight into the games with Shelly. Basically what I'm going to show you is some of the highlights and then an overall opinion on whether I think that their rating's fair. So if you play Brawl Stars, you will know that Shelly's the brawler they give you to begin with. So you don't have to win her in any way. You get given her. So basically their opinion is probably that she's the worst brawler. Now, all brawlers have got strengths and weaknesses. They're good in certain areas and they're weak in certain areas. Shelly, if you can get up close to people, is absolutely fantastic. Her damage is really high up close, and her buckshot, her super, is also fantastic. From these couple of games that I played of Shelly, basically a combination of poor play by me, not getting close enough to people, and also the fact that she's not the best brawler. When you're against top level players, so at this level when you're over 18,000 trophies, it makes it a lot harder because brawlers know not to let you get close. So if you're watching these as they go along, you'll see that El Primo there, he just wouldn't let me get on top of him. And because he's got a slightly longer range and still able to do a reasonable amount of damage, whereas Shelly at a long distance does almost no damage, you'll see that I'm getting killed more often than not. So I would say probably so far with Supercell's ratings, if I'm honest, it's probably a good brawler that they chose as a starting brawler, because it's the sort of brawler you can learn from. She does do good damage if you can get up close, but it's quite difficult. When we first started Brawl Stars and you're against players that are also learning the game, I must admit she was one of my best brawlers, because people wouldn't stop you getting up close and you could literally get on top of people and you were able to kill them in no time at all. But as you go higher up the ratings and you're against better people, it becomes much, much harder. It really does become difficult. So you'll see here now, we're still playing with Shelly. So far, my positions, I think I've finished 8th, 7th, 8th. And I did actually expect to only play a couple of games. But as I got more and more annoyed, you see here, I'm having to try and use a gadget to get on top of people. And that little bee that I'm trying to get off, if I could get anywhere near her, she would be absolutely dead in no time at all. But what she did was she kept backing off, and I just couldn't get anywhere near. So this is the last game that we're going to play with Shelly here. Once again, the last game I came 8th. So probably, if I'm honest, I think they've got the rating right. As a starting brawler, you wouldn't want to rate her as anything higher than a starting brawler. You see, I've got right on top of Carl there, so I was able to kill him. And that's a good tactic if you are Shelly and you're able to hide in the grass or in the straw and wait for people to come on top of you. Then fabulous, you can kill people quite easily. But not on all games and not on all maps are you able to do that. So you'll see here now, she's walking down on top of me, so she stood no chance. She didn't know I was there. I used my gadget to slide right up on top of her, and then I bucked her. And she literally, even though it was a Shelly, because she didn't know I was there, she had almost no chance. So there's 6 brawlers left. But you see here now, they're not letting me get anywhere near. Once again, I've been killed. So, guys, that's the end of Shelly. Another poor game from Shelly. So, but the next brawler I've been chosen by Diary of a 7-year-old is El Primo. So the El Primo's rating is rare. So he's the next step up. And I do actually like El Primo. He's another one that you need to get quite close with. But his super does allow you does allow you. So there you go. I've killed a Shelly straight off. His super does allow you to get quite close to people, because you see now I've got my super. So what that does is, if you've never played Brawl Stars before, you're able to, it's like a bum drop where he jumps in the air and he falls with his bum on top of people. So someone's coming over towards me now. They knew I was there, so I've bum dropped over to her. But you see, there comes the downside to El Primo, and it's a little bit like Shelly, where that M's used their gadget. Even though I was right on top of her and I would have killed her comfortably, she used her gadget, which pushes me back away from her. And there are quite a few brawlers that have gadgets which allow you to do that. Brock's gadget does it. Princess's gadget does it. M's gadget does it. And there's quite a few that push you off or knock you away or push you, and it does become difficult. Since the gadgets have come in, I would say El Primo is definitely not quite as effective as he was before. I still really like him on Brawl Ball, but in this scenario, I would say, I mean, there's 7 brawlers left now. I've killed 1, but you see, once again, at this level, they're not letting me get close. If you follow my El Primo in the middle, I'm trying to find a so look, I've got on top of Mortis, and once again, he's got away from me. So even though there is 4 brawlers left, oh, that was a good little move there by me. I managed to kill Genie. And now I'm on top of Ems. But once again, she used her gadget and she pushed me away. So I think I came 3rd or 4th in that one. So we are now on to the next brawler. The brawler that he chose me at super rare is Jackie. Now, Jackie pushes a drill into the map, which does splash damage to anybody that's around. Now, in certain maps, it's a fantastic little trick because you can get people on the other side of the walls. So if they don't realise that you're close enough, you can damage them without actually being next to them, which is a real good trick. And I must admit, most games I do like Jackie. I wouldn't really be choosing her on Showdown, but the reason why I allowed one of the subs to choose my brawlers today was because I thought it would be a bit unfair. If I just chose all the brawlers myself, I would pick my favourite ones. So you see, I quite easily killed, I think it was a Mortis there I killed. But if you just watch, she's got quite a big gap. But once again, you do need to be quite close. Not as close as El Primo and Shelly, but here I'm going to get another kill. Oh, I didn't quite manage to kill Pam. So I think I'm going to have one more go with Jackie, just to see if I can get a better finish, because that was a little bit unfair there. The internet went a little bit. So you see the trick here, there's 2 power cubes either side of me, and you're able to hit the floor and get both power cubes at the same time. So what I would say is, so far, even though I always moan about the ratings, especially the legendary brawlers with supercells, like, you know, especially Crow, you know, and the way they pick Mortis as a mythic, in my opinion, they're nowhere near legendary and mythic. But as I say that, I think, oh, see, I managed to kill Crow. Do you see that trick there, guys? Crow's on the one side of the wall, I'm on the other side, and he's supposed to be a legendary brawler, but I was able to kill him quite easily just by using my trick. So just because a brawler is rated a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that you're always, oh, there's another kill for me here. So we're having a really good game here with Jackie, guys, and another kill for me. So I was the winner there, guys. That's my first place finish with Jackie. So, and that's as we're getting up the brawlers, you're seeing I'm doing a bit better with each one. So now we're into the epic brawlers, and we're into a BB. So BB's the next brawler. BB's, I like BB. She swings a baseball bat all the way round, so you've got quite a big area that you can damage people, and she does do a huge amount of damage in one go. To be honest, the brawlers that we're kind of profiling here are all a little bit similar, because they're all brawlers that you need to get quite close to. We haven't got any shooters so far, so I'll probably do another video, guys, where I try and profile the shooters and the long distance brawlers, because they do tend to be my favourite brawlers, the shooters. But you see, I've already killed a couple of people with BB, guys. There's 6 people left. If you're enjoying the video, guys, you're liking the information, please do like the video, guys. We're a new channel. Give us some feedback if there's something you'd like to see, or there's something we're not doing, or you'd like to an improvement we can make, because we're still learning and trying to make the videos better. So you see here what I'm trying to do with BB. If I suddenly started coming out and chasing after people, what would happen is they would start backing off and I wouldn't reach them, and they would hit me a few times before I could get close enough to do the damage. So if you are playing with one of these brawlers, it's really a good idea to try and hide. So when people don't know you're there, you can wait till they're close enough and then come out. So you see the Penny there. I've waited until she was, and now I'm going to kill her. She doesn't have a chance. And you see the super that I used there with BB. She sends like this ball of bubble gum. But if you send it off at the right, with like a wall behind the brawlers, or she's able to do a lot of damage because it bounces back off. So now we're into showdown. It's Princess against me, and she just killed me. She had almost no life left. So again, you can see the better brawler. I'm either coming first or second. We're now on to Mr. P, which is a mythic brawler. One of my worst brawlers, if I'm honest. I really don't like Mr. P. But one of his tricks is he's able to throw things at a wall, and when it hits, it then bounces and lands again. So if you watch this now, you'll see it's bouncing around and it's hitting other things. So you are able to damage more than one brawler or more than one power cube at the same time. So there's 7 of us left now. I'm going to try and kill this Brock. Can I reach him? Yeah. So you see there, my thing that I fire, let's give him a little emote just to wind him up a bit, because it is irritating when people do that. So you saw it hit him and then it bounced and hit him again. So once again, there's 4 brawlers left. So if you notice, guys, I must admit, when I started this video, I honestly thought that I would be saying that supercell ratings were totally wrong. But I must admit I can't say that, because so far I've been doing better with the higher rated brawlers. So now we're on to our first legendary brawler, and it's Sandy. So all there is to do, guys, is this legendary and then a chromatic brawler, which are the new brawlers. So let's see how we do with Sandy. Sandy's one of my favourite brawlers on the game. She's probably my favourite legendary brawler, to be honest. If I could pick one, you'll see here. Oh, can I kill him? Just about. I just killed the new Surge. So there's 7 of us left. I've already got 2 kills. It's going pretty well so far. Oh, is there somebody in there? So Sandy's super, she starts up this sandstorm. And what it means is if you or you're in a team game are inside that sandstorm, nobody can see you, which is really helpful. And it also damages them a small amount as well. Sandy, what I like about Sandy, can I get this Rosa? Can I get her? One more hit on her. She knows she's dead. You see the angry face, guys. She knows it was coming. So let's give her a little emote back. So that's 3 kills or 4 kills for me so far with Sandy, and there's 4 brawlers left. So what I was saying, guys, is you'll notice in the earlier battles, when I was using Shelly or the rare or even the super rare, I was finishing 9th, 10th. They weren't really suited to these games either. But since I've got to the higher rating brawlers, you'll notice I've been either winning or coming second. And there's another kill for me. And now I'm in my sandstorm. So I'm going to try and get across to this crow and finish him off in my Oh, it's a colt. I'm sorry, not a crow. Can I reach him? I'm trying to avoid his super, but I only need to hit him. There he is. I think that's 5 kills for me, guys. And there's only 1 brawler left. So I'm either going to come first or second. And I've won. So I've won with Sandy. Once again, the point is proven. So we're now going to go into the last battle, guys. The chromatic brawler, my favourite brawler on the whole game. So thank you, Diver, 7-year-old, for picking me Gale. And let's see how we do with Gale. I absolutely love Gale, guys. Not so much on Showdown, more on Brawl Ball. But I do like him. I love his gadget. I love his star power. You can stun people. He's got such a wide aimer, so you're able, if you're on a team game like Brawl Ball, you can damage more than one brawler at the same time. So on a game like, so there's my first kill, straight in, I killed a legendary with him. So if you're in like a game like Showdown, that doesn't really help, but you can it still means you're far more likely to hit someone than miss. You notice there, guys, when I move to hide into the straw, always shoot in. Don't ever just walk into a bush without shooting in, because you never know who's standing in there, and it can quickly mean your game over. So, guys, do you agree with their ratings, would you say? I must admit, when I started the video, I honestly thought I would be saying that Supercell had got it all wrong. But going by the brawlers that Diary of a 7-Year-Old chose me for today, I must admit I am totally in agreement with Supercell. As I've gone up the brawlers, I found it much easier to kill people, much easier to win the showdown or come higher up the ratings. So, and what do you guys think at home? Do you agree with their ratings? Is one of your favourite brawlers the higher rated brawlers, or do you prefer some of the lower rated brawlers? I mean, the main thing is it depends on what game and on what map. But on this particular game and on this particular map, and here we are again, I'm going to get another kill. So there we go, I've now killed another Surge. There's 3 of us left. I've now killed Pam. There's 2 of us left. So he just managed to kill me because he killed